All right. How we doing? St. Louis Organic presents Montez at midday. I'm your boy, Trey Montez. And how we doing, good people? It is what I like to call it way back Wednesday, or even possibly what up Wednesday. What up, good people? What up? How is everyone doing today? Wow, wow, wow. I'm excited for lots of reasons. It's hump day. It's hump day. Happy hour starts early. Next week, everything changes. It's turkey time. A week from today, the freaks come out. Skanksgiving, kids, already. Who's looking forward to getting some strange and putting out and doing awful things when they come home from college? Lots of people are. But more importantly, how you guys doing today? High fives across the building. Chest bump. Hug it out. Mm, 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 mm. Neck roll. Neck roll. Hey, neck roll. Neck roll. Happy birthday to you if it's your birthday today. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. If you're celebrating anything today, congratulations, you deserve it. Huh? You deserve it. Huh? Did you get the promotion? Did you see the raise in the check? You get that check yet? Damn, giving me the raise. I want to see it in the check. Don't tell me I got the raise. I want to see it in the check. Do that. If you got a new whip, new vehicle, all right, you upgrading. Did you upgrade in your relationship? Already. Are you in a relationship and you didn't post it yet on social media? Good for you. Because people are what, kids? Nosy. Mind your business. As the young folks say right now, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Know the difference between the mustard and the mayonnaise, but stay in your lane. Talk to me now. Already in the building. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. We do appreciate you. We do. We do. I appreciate the visits, the comments, the concerns, the questions. I really do. Dre, are you okay? I hope to be. If you want to get acclimated with the show, the podcast of Who's to Blame, we just did episode 500 today, kids. It's in the book. I feel like a NASCAR fan now for real. You know how I feel about NASCAR. But get your phone out, and you can get caught up on the show and find out all kinds of stuff. Hold on. There we go. There you go. Get your phone out. There you go. Get your phone out. There you go. Use that QR code, what it's for. There you go. Get on in there. Get on in there. Hold on. Mama, get the phone. Dre, he got his thing up there, Mama. Hold on. Get the phone, Mama. How I do it? Turn the camera on, baby. Turn the camera on, baby. There you go. Freeze it. Got it? All right, we out. There you go. All right, got it? Hey. But what up to the people, by the people, of the people, and for the people? Did the old pregame today, had breakfast today down in what they call Solar. Ran into an old buddy of mine, Sean. Thank you for the ride and the breakfast, my homie Denise. Thank you. Appreciate it. Already in the building. Stopped on down and had breakfast. Is an important meal of the day. If you don't want to cook it and you go somewhere else to have it means a lot. From the coffee to the meal to the conversation. It makes a difference for sure. If you're following us on Twitter, how you doing? If you've never been on Twitter, you were like, Dre, I'm on Twitter all the time. Well, yeah, at W2B Dre Montez. Hello, Facebook. We have a page on there as well, Dre Montez. You can also follow our Facebook page, Who's to Blame. All kind of stuff going on. All sorts of stuff going on this weekend. Big time action in college football for sure. But before we get in all that, on college football Saturday, you can follow me here. If you have Roku television, you can stream us for free. ASAP Sports, All Sports, All Players Network. On Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We're all over the place. You can catch the show. 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, taking you all the way up to kick off, baby. My buddy Ray and I bring you to action every Saturday for sure. But I want to talk about what happened on Monday? What happened? Just explain to me. When I talk about Monday, I mean what happened in the sense of, I guess, the Eagles game. What can anybody explain it to me? Can anybody explain that to me? What actually happened during that game? What happened? I mean, it just it doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense to me at all on what happened with the Eagles and the excuses that the Eagles used. The Washington Commanders had my boy on the squad, number 90 in your heart. What's his name, kids? Montez Sweat. We know Chase Young out. Understand that. We know what Ron Rivera can do as a coach. We know that. He can motivate the right guys. I think defenses coaches in the NFL are very, very important when that team's getting in that critical moment. When you're trying to find that identity, whether it's in the team, the gaming situation itself. But behind the scenes of football, what's going on with the Washington Commanders is things what the Washington Commanders and the Vegas Raiders are going through inside of the franchise is something none of us can ever possibly deal with in a daily activity of going to work to keep you focused on the game. Again, we're not making excuses. But what happened in Monday Night Football is a lesson to be learned. As a Denver Bronco fan, we learned this playing against we lost that game to Miami one year. No, to the Giants. We lost that game to the Giants. And we thought our shit didn't stink in the playoffs against the Jacksonville Jaguars and Mark Brunell, the power of the lefty. Going after perfection in sports is, so to speak, a little taboo because every time we talk about it, what happens, kids? It doesn't go right. It doesn't go right at all. It doesn't go right at all. But in this sense, it did go right. I think it taught the Eagles a lesson. How important is it for you to stop the damn run if you're trying to be a football team, trying to make a statement, trying to make a mission, or trying to make it make sense? You know, you're trying to do all of that. If it doesn't work out in your favor, which it feels, look at the time possession. Make it make sense, Daddy. How does a professional NFL team get in a situation like that? Nobody brought the attention. Halftime is for. But when teams make the proper adjustments and it goes in their favor, we say on the other side, well, that's good coaching. But on the other side, you say, well, what was your teach back? What was your defense mechanism? Where's your offensive mechanism here when it comes to that situation? Did it make you question now with Jalen being the quarterback of the Eagles in this situation? We know what happened to him collegiately, but now we're in the pros. Is that loss and was that loss a good thing for the Eagles at that time? I say yes. Yeah. We talk about this all the time. There's a learning curve and learning experience and losses in games. It all depends on what you get out of it and what you're going to do with that information. It can work in any sense of life that you want to put it in, but you have to make it make sense for the situation that you're in. I think the next 2 weeks are really going to justify what happens with these NFL teams that are on the cusp, on the grid of what's going on with the franchise and the players they have in position, i.e. the Denver Broncos, i.e. the Vegas Raiders. What's going on here? Make this situation make sense to me because it's not. You even got that going on with the Falcons, the Panthers. These are franchises that went out to me in the draft and did not go there with the idea of competing. And I'm baffled by that because you look at the tree of ownership, you look at the tree in management, someone's not getting the message across. And it really came clear to me looking at the replay of the Vegas Raiders and Colts game and looking at the replay of the Monday Night Football game. Those two games don't make sense to me. You mean to tell me Matt Ryan at 39 years old, Matt Ryan at 4,000 years old, on that 39-yard run that he had, 39-yard run that he had, Matt Ryan, 27 people have not done that in the NFL that normally would. I'm talking running backs and receivers. He's at the longest run. The group is crazy. Those two games, I do not understand what happened. Not saying that Jeff Saturday didn't deserve it. I love the speech. I love that. But the excuses that the Eagles made, the excuses that the Vegas Raiders made in the press conference, the excuse that the Broncos made in the press conference, I don't agree. I don't condone that. There are rules and regulations on the back of every sporting event ticket. If we do those things, we can't come in the stadium. We can't come back to the game. They need rules and regulations like that for coaches and players. Did they read the back of what they should be doing for this franchise? I don't think they have. I don't think they have at all. Congratulations to the Battlehawks. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! A.J. McCarron and Ryan Willis. Welcome to St. Louis, boys. Battlehawks. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! This may get the water cooler conversation going, the barbershop, the car ride home, the walking the dog, the bar conversation. I'm going to get an argument started on this one. An interesting debate. Here's the pinnacle point of the football season we're at right now. Who's real? Who's fake? Who can really bring that thing and who you're afraid of? I'm going to give it to these four teams right here. Possible Super Bowl matchups right now. Possible Super Bowl matchups. The Kansas City Football Chiefs against the Eagles. What you think? The Kansas City Chiefs against the Eagles. You like that one? You like that one? The Kansas City Chiefs against the Philadelphia Eagles. Or, I like this one. The Minnesota Vikings, the Purple People Eaters of America versus the Miami Dolphins. There it is. There it is. At the beginning of the season, I picked the Chargers against the Eagles. Those are the two scenarios I have in my mind. I think that will be hot. Kansas City against the Eagles. The Minnesota Vikings, the Purple People Eaters of America against Miami. Hello, America. Hell, those are two matchups that are hot. Those are sellable, believable, and the fan bases. Come on now. Come on. Talk about a Super Bowl matchup. Talk about intrigue, suspense, doubt, questions. The possibility of revitalization of a team, which I think could be done in the case of the Vikings, with the questions surrounding Kirk, my favorite third cousin, and what happened to Tua early in the year when everybody called for an outcry. Never play football again. This is the key reason why football is dangerous. Now look where we at. Possibly MVP situation. You got him and the cheetah. Kirk, my favorite third cousin, and Dalvin Cook and Jefferson moving on up. That has a lot of build to it. That's a billable Super Bowl right there. But also you got Funny Voice and Jalen being Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. Again, which one would you like to see? The Kansas City Football Chiefs against the Eagles in the Super Bowl, or the Minnesota Vikings and the Purple People Eaters of America versus Miami and the Dolphins? Huh? The fish. I want to see the waddle. I want to see the waddle in the Super Bowl. I want to see the waddle in the Super Bowl. That would make my day if I saw the waddle in the Super Bowl. If you don't know what that is, I don't know what to tell you. You're not a football fan if I got to tell you what the waddle is. Do the waddle. Do the waddle. Needed a dance like that though. If you do the waddle, do the waddle, man. Do the waddle. But that Super Bowl match, I would like to see if it pops up. Those two scenarios. But I had already picked prior to the season the Chargers and Philly, but the Chargers have no receivers. So I guess we're on Odell Beckham Jr. watch. It looked like the Rams out the picture, Giants out the picture, Green Bay out the picture, the Niners out the picture. Looked like he possibly could be going to the Cowboys. That's what it's looking like. Okay. We're going to take a short break here and come back with the idea of something, And we're going to really get into a nice little debate about that. But I think you guys will like the way I'm going to put a little spin on this. I think you're going to like the way I put a little spin on this. Again, Mountain Man Scrub is back. It's been revitalized, revamped, retooled. It's out. Use the promo code DRE22. Be right back at the word from my sponsor. Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on. Hey, and we're back. How you guys doing? Hello to you. And we're back to St. Louis Organics presents Montez at midday. It is what I like to call Way Back Wednesday. What up Wednesday? And what it do, good people. We just got done doing our 500th episode of our podcast, Who's to Blame? I will put the audio up tomorrow, but you can see the video content of it now on our Facebook page, Who's to Blame, as well as on Twitter at W2B Dre Montez and YouTube, Dre Montez. It is up there right there for your viewing pleasure. But tomorrow it will be up wherever you listen to your favorite podcast on those platforms. We put it up on Anchor, iTunes, Google Play, as well as Spotify. It'll be up there for you tomorrow. But here we go. Let me tell you the 7 things I think you need to make it through each and every day. All right. Let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. You have to laugh every day, man. Laughter is key. You know, I think it's therapeutic. And I laugh a lot. Sometimes at the expense of other people, and sometimes at the expense of myself or the situation. Well, that's where we're at right now, the situation. Something that's been particular, I guess, is the idea of love. Is the idea of love a bad thing? Is the idea of love a bad thing? There's so many people that have been in love. A lot of people don't know what love is. And I think that's it. Love is. I think love is what you want it to be. But in relationships, especially marriage, after 7 years, after 10 years, you get to a point where you're questioning things. But I think you think it possibly could be what you think love is and what you're getting, that's not love, but that's what you want. That's what you think love is, whether you're the male or female. Love is your own perception of something. And if it's not coming to you the way you think it should be, you don't think it's love. And then an argument happens. Because the love is not coming to you the way you think love should be. And I think it changes as you get older. When you're in your teens, you see love a different way. When you're 20s, you feel love and see love a different way. You're 30, you're 40. I think each and every decade or every cycle of life, I think it changes. I don't think love is the same thing throughout life. I don't believe that at all. Because I'm looking at things, how I felt about them 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago. And I'm around these things today. The love is not there as it was before. Now, these are not actual people, these are just things. But what if it was that same way with people? It's not the fact you're doubting love, it's just the fact love is, and the idea of love is the perception of the individual. And I don't think that's a bad thing. And I think that's what the resistance and the challenge comes in relationships is the fact that key component of the conversation is being missed sometimes. Why are we so afraid to have that conversation before it get to the bullshit of the relationship? How can that be prevented? The yelling, the moving furniture, the people in your fucking business. When you know the key component is not even to calm down or to be quiet, not even that. But the whole conversation of the idea of love and love is, I think those are the two key components that nobody really can have the right answer to, the right moment to. And the people who have been affected by it in a negative way, those two phrases or conversations right there, the idea of love and love is not a good thing when you've been around a version of love that if that was love, you don't want that anymore. And the older you get, it becomes more and more intriguing, not difficult intriguing, but intriguing to the different levels and the definitions and the understanding of love is and the idea of love. You get more deep with it. It becomes more straightforward, but I don't think anyone has given up. It gives you more and more questions on, I guess, yourself when it comes to other, more than other people, if that makes sense. It's like you really do have to get deep with yourself when you get to that conversation. But when you're young, this is something you don't know one fucking clue about. And the older you get, it becomes more of a quest. You know, what is the perfect chicken recipe? I mean, what is the perfect ratio of water and sugar for the perfect Kool-Aid? What is this idea of love and what love is? I mean, why is it so confusing? Why are there so many people stuck on those two phrases right there? Why can't it be as simplistic as they pretend it is and it really is not? I think that's the beauty of love right there. It's that quest. It is, it's that zen. It's that thing that we all want. There's a line in the movie Causeway, Jennifer Lawrence in the movie, with my homeboy from ATL. I think Brian Tyree. There's a quote in the movie that goes like this: be nice to somebody. No, it'd be nice to have somebody here to drink coffee, smoke weed with, and sometimes cook together. They said that in that movie. And if you think about it, that's what a lot of people want. The simplistic things about the definition of love that doesn't make it so difficult for you to receive or give out or understand. Have that conversation with somebody, enjoy a cup of coffee, sit back and smoke, and occasionally make a meal together. Why is that so difficult to obtain and do? If you say it, oh, you're being too straightforward. You're coming on too strong. I think at a certain point in age, people start to know what they want, how to get it, how to go after it. It's not shooting your shot. It's confidence. And a lot of people's confidence affects other people, sometimes in a negative way. I said this probably 25, 30 podcasts ago. It's so much energy going around right now on this is earth. We don't know how to understand. The communication is off because it's so much powerful, positive energy going around and people don't know how to do it. Case in point, you ever walked in a place and you just feel negative energy coming your way for no reason because those people don't know how to understand the power of your aura and your energy. And I believe that's the same thing about the idea of love. And love it's more than communication, but you have to do that. When it gets to the point you don't think it feels right, it seems right, it sounds right, that's when you need to have a conversation. Not with other people, with that one, with that person. But there we are. Is the idea of love a bad thing? That's what started this whole conversation. Not saying it is or isn't, but I do have questions out there. I have questions about this next one before I get up out of here. I heard this a lot during COVID. I heard this a lot from people that work for themselves, that are very successful, that have failed and figured out the mechanism, the formula, the equation. Time and money. Time and money makes a big difference. Big difference. Big difference. Time, those two will make the day better and it'll make you appreciate the details of the day as well. But time and money are two things a lot of people don't understand or utilize well. And if we get to the point of understanding how to utilize time, how to utilize these 24 hours in a day to break it down to its purest form, how to get the best potential out of you to break it down to its purest form, and how to make that financial decision to go along with that time, that's something that you really have to be deeply, deeply committed to. It's not like you're cutting yourself off from people, but to get real with yourself and to understand the financial makeup of you and to understand the essence of time, that takes time to understand. The days of the think rich quick scheme is over with. I kind of hate using the term hustle. I really do. But it can be used as an acronym for some people. And some people just like that word hustle. It does sound good. It does. Let me go get my hustle on. But if you break it down to its purest form, we all are doing that. We all are. Each and every one of us. We're hustling towards something. They just give it a different title, a different acronym. But in the end, we're all doing it. How can we do it better? Most people say, well, I wish I had more money. When that lottery got people into the dreaming world, that was intriguing to me, just to hear what people were saying, what they would do if I won that money. If I won that money, I'd take care of all homeless people. If I won that money, I'd set my parents up for free. If I won that money, I wouldn't tell nobody. If I won that money, I'd build a whole neighborhood in my daddy's name. If I won that money, I would give back to the community. I hear all this. But I never heard anybody talking about time. Time. Only time I hear people talking about time when they know there's an end coming. That's the only time that I hear people talking about time. But when you know there's no end, we never talk about time. Are you utilizing 24 hours a day to your best of its ability? I don't care what you do in your day. When you wake up the next morning, do you say to yourself, I utilized yesterday well. I utilized the day well. We all don't do it. But the days we do it, damn it, don't it feel good? And to try to do it each and every day, those are things we got to put inside ourselves to make sure we do it every day. Whether it's something on the mirror, something on the fridge, something next to the TV, on your controller to your video game system. Something is there to remind you how to keep checking in to make sure that this happens with repetition. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a schedule. It makes you feel accomplished. It makes you feel worthy of the day. But if you just get up and just do, a lot of people don't remember it. A lot of people can work with that. But I think more important, it's more up to what makes you. Again, self-help books help the people that wrote the book. You got to write your own book. You got to do what works for you. And when you figure that out, you're going to know. It's like when I was a kid, I was questioning love as a kid. Like, how do you know when you're in love? And they used to always tell you, you'll know, you'll know, you'll know, you'll know. It's like, man, how you know you get some good? How you know your girl got some good? You'll know. You gonna know. There's certain things that term really makes sense. Oh, you gonna know. I don't want to spoil it for you, but you gonna know. I didn't want to spoil the sex talk with my boys. I wanted them to be surprised, like it should be. I'm not gonna tell you everything. Oh, no. I just want you to be surprised. You know? But that term, when people say that, oh, you'll know. Sometimes it's a good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing. But I tell you one thing, it's been a good thing. We just eclipsed 500 podcast episodes, guys. So our next accomplishment, we must get an RV before I buy a 1,000 podcast episode. I'm challenging myself to do it. Before I lost the vision, I was getting an RV, a 6-passenger RV. I was going to travel, rap with all my sponsors, and hit the road and just go. Just go. Live on the road with the people, by the people, of the people. That's what I wanted to do. We had a little hiccup with the vision, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going hard in the paint. We're getting an RV. I'm going to rap it with each and every one of my sponsors. And some of you are going to be driving down the highway. You're going to see an RV. You're going to say, hell no, some bitch he did it. Yeah, don't tempt me with a good time. The RV life is where I want to go and where I'm headed to right there for sure. In the words of the old country, get it done, Bo. I'm coming the highway for you. Guys and girls and women and kids of all ages, I want to thank you for tuning into today's show of St. Louis Organics Presents Montez at Midday. For those of you that tuned in for our 500 podcast episode, thank you. We will be releasing the audio tomorrow for that show to give you something to do around the house. If you're going to the soccer game today, I think the festivities start at 12 noon. Enjoy, bundle up. Lots of Fireball and Jameson will be on hand. All right. Make sure you know where you park at. Take a picture of your vehicle. Understand, let's talk in code. It's going to be warm out, and please understand where you at. More importantly, have fun, kids. Enjoy yourself. We're 1 week away from Freaks Come Out at Night, Skanksgiving. Yeah. Uh-oh. Tell you, that used to be the best time to go to the strip club when I was in the Navy. Skanksgiving Eve? Oh, my goodness. But guys, we're going to get some music in here. We're going to get out of here. Let you set the tone for the day as they could. All right, guys. We're going to get out of here. Thank you again for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day, each and every one of you. I really do appreciate it. I really do. It means a lot to us here on the compounds and on the confines. Thank you for our title sponsor, St. Louis Organic. Appreciate it. Until next time. Peace.